Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. This side Priya Bhatia, and in this particular video we will be discussing about the upcoming part of a sequel. If you all remember, until so far I have released 3 episodes in the sequel playlist. If there is anyone who is not aware, you can just check it out in my sequel mastery playlist available on my YouTube. And if you remember, in the last episode, we have discussed about how the crude operations in SQL will be done, where we have seen how creation usually happens, how we can read, anything from the available table in a database called as TechForAllWithPriya, which we have created. Then we have talked about, if you remember, use for update, that if let's say I have already available content available in my table, maybe courses table is there, maybe employees table is there. So in that particular case, how we can update any data. And at the very end, crude. So D is for deletion. So we have talked about how deletion will be done. So I have shown you each and everything via practical demonstration in the MySQL workbench. Until so far, I think everything will be pretty much clear to everyone. If there is any issue in those videos, please do let me know in the comment section. I'll for sure respond to you as soon as possible. Now, this video is the continuation of the previous episodes, where in today's video, we will discuss how can we create a student or learners table. So if you remember, at the end of the episode 3, we have talked about the student table, where we have seen what are the important columns or the fields which is required to create that. And I told you that in the upcoming episode, I will talk about few constraints, that is a foreign key constraint and a unique key constraint, to illustrate more about this student or learners table. So I am attaching a recording of my paid bootcamp in this video, in the upcoming video, which you will see now, where you will see how, with the help of a practical demonstration, I am trying to explain how we can create a learners table first of all. And after that, you will be able to observe, once we will be able to create that, how we can do the insertion, what are the concepts behind a foreign key constraint, what are the concepts behind a unique key constraint, in what use cases we can explore that part. And at the very end, just stay tuned at the very end and you will observe I am doing a data analysis on top of that, which is very, very crucial, right? So please watch the video till the very end. I know it's a very big video, but if you will be sustained until the very end, you will be able to get a very beautiful insights from this particular video. And that is what I can make sure. Before watching the upcoming part of the clip, please make sure you will share this video with each and everyone, because it really means a lot to me, right? Do hit like button, subscribe to my channel, and let's get started. Now let's move ahead. Now we have to work with the third table, which is students table or learners table, as I said, right? So let's start working upon that, and that is where we will get some interesting points today. So when we are saying that the third table where the learners like you have enrolled, we need to create that. So what do you think are the important fields which is required in this learners table? What do you think? In the database, what are the key features which are required?
The prerequisites uh, before joining this course, what should thing we should know? It could be for beginners, but it could be also for someone people who know some basic ideas of the course.
In the courses you are saying?
Yes, ma'am.
In the courses, we can specify that what is the type of the course by the name of course type. We can say it's a intermediate, advanced, or a beginner. But as of now, let's not, because we have not specified, then it's completely fine. But maybe, yeah, it's a good point. If we want, we can specify. Even I think in my platform also, I have not specified it's a beginner or advanced or intermediate, but yeah, we can add that thing. So in a learner's part, name, location, email, phone number is a good point. But before that, because I want every student to be distinguished by its ID, so that's why I am for sure looking for a learner's ID, like learner ID, you can say. Then maybe I'm looking for the learner I would say first name, learner last name, right? After that, yes, learner email ID. I'm looking for that part. After that, what I'm looking for, what else? Phone number is very important for me. Phone number. Um, Another important aspect will be the enrollment date. On which date the student is enrolling? Because once we have launched the course, it's not that on the first day itself you guys have enrolled. Everyone's enrollment date will be different, right? So on which date any learner is enrolling, that is also a crucial point to have it in a database. Then another thing is the selected course. Very important point. So I have 3 courses as of now. So any learner who is coming and signing up on my website is enrolling for which course? I don't know. So I want that particular learner will specify the course part, that which course he or she is selecting. Then maybe I need a detail of how much years of experience that person has, because everyone can have a different years of experience. If let's say anyone is fresher, they will tap on 0. Otherwise, if there is anyone who's experienced, maybe 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, and so on, they can write it out. After that, what is the learner's company for which they belongs to, if they have a experience, right, from in which company they are working. Then another thing which is important for me to understand as a part of a learner is the source of joining, SOJ. You can write source of joining. Means how they get to know about me. Maybe they have seen my LinkedIn post. Maybe they have checked my YouTube videos, right? Maybe they have checked my community post, right? Anything can be feasible. So let's say as of now, because I'm active on basically these 3 platforms, on my WhatsApp community, YouTube channel, and LinkedIn. So let's take these 3 things in an account, where learner can either enroll via this, and this. For many people who are doing this great stuff, you will see a lot of ads going on. As of now, for me, it's very organic. No ads are going on. But yes, for many people, the source of joining will be from ads, which they usually try to generate, or the campaign, right? Those things can also be a part of source of joining. But for me, as of now, it's not the case. So let's not write it that point. After that, what else? Yeah, batch date. So launch date will be different, batch date will be different, right? For example, maybe you have enrolled 5 days back, but your course started yesterday only. And there is someone who has enrolled in the yesterday's morning, and in the evening itself, the class will be there. So batch date will be fixed, right? Location can be important parameter. Maybe in future, I want to have a meetup with my students. So if they're from Bangalore itself, it would be easy for me to have a physical meeting as well from them. And after that, maybe constraints will come into picture, where I will be having a primary key as a learner ID. I will make this as a primary key. Now I am talking about one more important concept in today's class. Just now pay attention, because this is something which is new you will heard today. I will make this learner's email ID as a unique key. And this is where you will get a better idea. What is the meaning of primary key? What is the meaning of a unique key? So the way to specify that will be same. At the end, what you can do, you can just mention primary key. And in bracket, you can just mention that primary key for me will be learner ID. And unique key, again, you can specify it as the learner email. Right? But what is the major difference between these two? Before I talk about this difference, any idea anyone is aware? Anyone who has listened this in an interview, someone has asked you the difference between primary key versus unique key? So this is the third constraint which we will discuss today. This two we have discussed yesterday. These two you will see we are discussing today. Very, very important concepts in SQL. So who will tell me any idea, any guesses? Because again, see, the names seem similar, right? Primary and unique. So what is the purpose of these keys? What
There
is the
are two
difference?
conditions. There are two conditions in primary, like not null and the uniqueness.
Huh?
And in unique, I think only there is one condition, which is the valid or the key, sorry, the data to be unique.
Oh, perfect. That's a correct answer. So when we are saying primary key, if you remember, we are focusing on two important features, right? First thing is, for example, if you are saying learner ID is a primary key, every learner ID will be unique. Second thing, not null is not allowed. So when I'm saying primary key, two values should be there. Uniqueness will be there. And second thing, not null, right? Otherwise, there will be an issue. You will get an error. When someone is asking that I will specify unique key, in that case, values will be unique. Means you are specifying that no learner will have a same email ID, which should not be the case, right? But at any point of time, if let's say anyone doesn't want to enter the email ID, or if they don't have, it's not compulsion. So in that case, not null condition or constraint is not there. So in future, at any point of time, if you have a field where you want that values should be unique, but I don't want to restrict it that, okay, not null will be there, means not null constraint will be there. You can have that, okay, it's fine if they will be not providing me that value, then you can go for a unique key constraint. Make sense? Is that clear to everyone? What is the difference between primary key versus unique key? So what we will do in our question is we will try to make learner ID as a primary key, email as the unique key. Now, second more interesting point from this table which you will learn, selected course, right? If you will observe in the courses, we have a course ID. As of now, we have 1, 2, and 3. 1 is indicating a course of Excel, if you remember. 2 is indicating a course of DSA. 3 is indicating a course of Bootcamp, SQL Bootcamp, SQL. Let me write it like this. Let's say, so we will take it as an integer type, where a person I want is enter either 1, 2, or 3, because only 3 courses are available. But what if a person will enter 4 or 5? It will work fine, right? Because if you will specify integer type, 4 and 5, any number integer if a person will mention, in database entry will be there. But I want at any point of time, if a person is entering any course which is not available in my website, they should not be able to proceed. Their database I don't want. So in that case, I need to somehow do a linkage between this selected course field in a student's table and the course ID in the courses table. Do you guys agree with me? This is a major problem. If we will not do any linkage, there can be a problem, because anyhow user can enter any entry, and it might be the case that that user is entering any course which is not at all available. Does that make sense? What I'm trying to convey here?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone? Prabhutwa, okay, yes, he said. Megha, Sanji
Yes.
Senu, Kanisha.
Yes.
Hi, Yashasvi. Is the problem is clear? How we can resolve it, we will figure it out, but the problem is clear. Because if you manually say that, okay, it's of integer type, and manually you will enter the entries, it's fine. Because we know that, okay, 3 courses are there. But when I'm trying to build database tables, I have to take care of this stuff, right? No one will enter the entries beyond the courses which are available. And for that sense, there is a concept of something called as a foreign key. It's a last fourth constraint in SQL, which everyone should know. So what you will do after applying a unique key to a learner email, primary key to learner ID, you will apply foreign key on the selected course column. You will say this foreign key it's a foreign key of what is the field name, selected course, and it is references. You are saying, I'm referencing this to a new table, which is already created by the name of course, having a name as course ID. So what you have done here, you have made this connection that anyone who will enter anything beyond this course IDs available in my course table, they will not able to entertain that value. Because now you have applied a foreign key, which is referencing to the course table, and inside that, a specific field called as course ID. And that's how you will be able to resolve that problem. So you will see at any point of time, because in industries, it's something which is required, right? Because multiple tables are interconnected. So how that interconnection you will do? What is the parent table? What is the child table that you have? So whichever with the parent table where you want to do the referencing, you will write that table after references keyword. And this is how you will be able to resolve that issue. If you will not write this, there's a major issue, major trouble which will happen in the backend. Make sense? So can you guys try to now create a table of students or
Yeah,
learners?
the foreign key could be only one, or there could be multiple foreign keys.
There could be multiple. For example, if you want to write after selected course more features which you want to reference with a course ID and XYZ. So the only constraint is, let's say you are writing three values should be after quotes, which you want to refer. As of now, I have one, so I'm referring only one. That is
Okay.
feasible.
Okay.
So now do it, implement it, create a table of learners and write all these features which I am specifying and give me the command.
Can we use learner enrollment date, data type date?
That is also a good thing which he has asked. One more interesting thing. Let's just wait a minute. Just take a pause. One more thing which you will learn. So one thing we have learned in this table, unique key concept. Another thing which you have learned is foreign key concept. Now in terms of type, as of now, how many types you know? Where is that go? How many types we have discussed until so far? Int
Where,
and
where,
varchar. Now, when you are saying batch enrollment date, so batch enrollment date is a type of timestamp. So as of now, wherever date specifically will come, the type will be timestamp. How will it work internally? I will show you practically, but you will take the timestamp as the type for all those things where date is there. For example, learner's enrollment date, the type will be timestamp. You will have to specify. Then batch date is again timestamp. Use the timestamp type in this case to specify the dates, where we will specify in future the dates where our batch is starting. Now try to construct a table and don't run the command. Just create it and share with me, and then I will see if there is any issue. I will let you know. Accordingly, you can change, and then we will move ahead. But do it. Do it on your
Can
own.
you repeat the foreign key? I am not able to understand foreign key. How it was resolving the
Meanwhile,
problem.
people, you guys start doing, those who understand the concept of foreign key. I'm explaining it again in the meanwhile. So when I'm saying foreign key, what is the ultimate purpose of that? Again, I am sharing you one situation where people are entering the selected course. Selected course may people will enter the course IDs of the courses. Okay. Now let's say, as of now in our dashboard, in our platform, there are three courses, course ID 1, 2, 3. Let's say any learner came and he entered the course ID as 4, which is not existing in the courses table. So if you will not apply a foreign key, it will accept because it's an integer type. So there will be no issue in the backend. It will accept that entry, right? That database entry will be accepted. But the issue is that the course which he tries to select is not available in the courses table. That's a major issue. So in order to solve this problem, we have to somehow connect these two values, right? Connection will be there. Because what I want is that a customer or learner will enter only those entries which are available in my courses, in my course IDs. That's my major need. And whenever this kind of situation will come in practical scenario, you will always go for foreign key, where you will say foreign key, what is the field you want to connect. I want selected course. In which table? You will say references. There is a keyword called as references. You will say I want to reference this particular field that I have as a selected course with the course table inside that course ID. So in this way, you have made one connection, which makes sure that a user will not enter any entry beyond the course IDs which is given. Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Yashasvi has shared me the command. Very good. She did it bit fast, I believe. Let me copy
I
it
have a
and then
doubt.
we will see if there is any issue.
So Uh, in phone number, can we use int because I think it is 10 digit, right? Is it okay?
Phone number you can use as of now varchar of maybe 10 digits.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. Now I am just seeing her command and just check it out. Accordingly, we can change it. Create table. Name is learners. Let me not take all capital. So I'm taking learners as this. Create table learners. Learner ID, she has taken int type, auto increment. That's perfect. Then first name, she has taken varchar type. It's also fine for me. Last name is also fine. Phone number, it should not be integer type because integer has some limitation and 10 digits will not go. It will show you an error. So what you can do, as I said just now, take a varchar type. Maybe you can take 10 digits, 15 digits, whatever you want. Usually 10 number digit is there, but let's say I have taken some extra values. Then email ID. Again, varchar. Now see, okay, let's move ahead. I'll discuss that point. Enrollment date timestamp. This is important for me, right? I don't want this to be null at any cost. Selected course should not be null, not null. Why you forget not null everywhere, Yashasvi? Years of experience. It should be of integer type, right? Float doesn't exist. There is another type called as decimal, which we will discuss few minutes after this particular part will get over.
Because the
Don't write float.
selected code, sorry, the years of experience could be 2.5 years or
For that we will see the decimal type. We will see that
okay.
thing.
Yeah.
Not float is not the correct thing which you are writing. Okay, so as of now, because we are not aware, just write int only. In future, we will see the last type, which we will discuss is decimal. Wherever we want to write a decimal number, for example, just now she said 4.3 or 4.5, how we can wrap up that issue, we will fix it. Okay, as of now, let's take it easy, int. So, okay, learner company is a varchar type, it is fine.
It could be null now because uh,
हाँ
there
वैसे
could be a
null
student.
because this is a fresher, then there is no company for him or her. ठीक है. Source of joining, it is important. As a creator, it is important. So it should not be null. I want everyone to write their source of joining so that in future, if I want to again relaunch my courses, I will obviously focus on those platforms where maximum students got the, joining part, right? So that is something that is important as a creator for me. So it's not null. Batch date, here we should mention batch start date specifically. Timestamp is fine, but again, it is important. So not null I'm writing. Location is again fine, but not null is important. Now, primary key she has specified as learner ID. It is fine. Unique key is learner email ID, right? Learner email ID. ठीक है. Foreign key is selected courses. अरे, name is wrong. Selected courses, references. What is my table name? Course is my table name. What is the field name? Course ID. So I feel it is correct. Let's try to run this. If we face some trouble, we will fix it. This is the overall command which I have. I hope everyone can see. Let's try to run this. We will see if there is some issue. Okay, there is some issue. Key column learner ID doesn't exist in table. Okay, she might have mentioned something wrong here as well. It's okay. We can change it. Let's see. Okay, something again. Selected courses. References. Course ID. Why double brackets are there? Okay.
I don't think double bracket is needed.
No, this is not the issue. Selected courses
I
are.
think course ID should be out of the bracket and the course from we have take reference should be inside the bracket.
Where you are saying?
At the last foreign key. References from course ID of course.
Arey, haan, that is the thing, right? Correct. Now it is fine, right? Bracket is the issue. Let's see. Some of the other issues there. In auto increment. What is the issue in auto increment? Learner first name varchar 50 not null. There is some syntax error they are saying. Selected
I
course.
think
Wait. Selected course is varchar. How?
At the
Just few
last,
minutes
you
back, I
made some
told you, right?
bracket.
Selected course is an integer because person will write that course ID for now. Or last, maybe we have made something wrong actually.
yeah.
Just give me a moment. In this, where is this? It should be int. So what we are doing here, we are referencing a varchar to an integer. It's not feasible, right? So your selected course is which you're referencing is a course ID, right? Course ID is an integer, and you're writing a varchar here. That is a major issue. Now again, let's try to fix. It is working fine now. So let's try to see the table schema of the table. DESC learners. So now you can see very beautifully, we will be able to get the entire schema of the table. Now it is fine. Do you want to share this again in the chat window? Command.
Yes, just a minute.
Just take it from the chat and try to reframe it. Oh, see this? And I want everyone just confirm to me whether this is working fine to everyone or not now.
Ma'am, can you explain one thing? When she had in selected courses, instead of using int, she had uses varchar. So why
Hmm.
was it giving an error? Why it should it be always integer type to use?
Whatever value you're referencing with, check the type of that. So we are referencing with a course ID. And if you remember the description of the courses, it is a integer type, right? Course ID is an int type. So you have to make sure that wherever you are doing a referencing, whatever type that holds, same type you should have in this particular part. Then only you can reference, no? Because you're writing a similar kind of a number and you're saying that that same number should match with the course ID in the courses table. Okay? So that's something which you have to make sure. Working fine for everyone. Can I get confirmation from each and everyone so that we can proceed
Yeah.
ahead? Everyone. Ready? Shall we start inserting the values now? So in this table, if you will see, you have learned few core concepts. One thing in a nutshell, if I'll give you a brief summary of this table, why this table is important to understand. We have talked about what is the meaning of you can say unique key. We have talked about what is the purpose of a foreign key in this specific table. We have talked about specifically a type as timestamp, wherever a specific dates we have to specify. This is something which is new, which we have not learned it so far, right? So now, what I want is the insertion part. So we need to insert the learner's details in the learner's table. So maybe let me fetch some data points from the students. Okay, I'll add it. I'll add it. Don't worry. Do you want it right now, or do you want it as a course content after the session, Kanisha? You are good for now, so don't worry. So you will see, I'll share the script file itself. In the last class also, I have shared the scripts file in the dashboard, right? So if you want, I can take a create code share part. I think that was the yesterday's table, right? So let me copy that command, which we have written just now. This one. It's a bigger one, and maybe you guys are stuck somewhere. So just you can refer it. Same link, yesterday's link, I can share. Okay. I was fetching the details of the students, but it seems like I don't have Excel sheet. I have to fetch it from the platform. So maybe we can take manual thing itself. Okay, let's start. I got few details of bootcamp people. So let's focus on those details itself. So what I'm looking for is that you will enter so let's say limited students I'm picking up. So I'm just again entering it on the code share, the values of students who has enrolled in the courses. So maybe what I can do is file. So I want everyone to just access it from here. The student name is there and the email ID is there. Student name is there and the email ID is there. So we have 1, 2, 3. Let's not, because it's a part of an employee as well. 4, 5, 6 people. Let's say these are the 6 people currently enrolled in our courses. So let's take the details from there and start filling it up. Do the insertion of these 6 people inside the courses. Take the email ID from there itself and start doing that. So what we want is a learner ID, learner first name I have given you, last name I have given you. Phone number you can tap on manually, maybe some 10 digits number. Email ID I have provided you. Enrollment date. So let me do the insertion for the first thing so that you will get to know how you can write an enrollment date. And then maybe it is easy for you to work upon further. So insert into my table name is learners, right? So what are the columns I have? I have the learner first name, learner last name. I have learner phone number. I have learner email ID. Learner enrollment date. Selected courses. What else? Years of experience. Then learner company. Then learner source of joining. Batch start date and location. Done. So values, I have manually written it down. Some Akash Mishra, name is there. Phone number is there. So this is the phone number, Akash Mishra. Now email ID is this one, right? After that, enrollment date, right? Enrollment date. So always remember in timestamp, the syntax of writing a enrollment date will be what is the year? For example, 2024. What is the month? What is the day? So let's say he has enrolled into the course on 21st of January 2024. After that, if you can see, let's say, okay, after that, what is the next column? Selected course, years of experience. So let's say he selected the course 1, which is by the name of Excel course. Years of experience, let's say he's having 4 years of experience. Company is, let's say, Amazon. Source of joining is LinkedIn. And batch start date is, let's say, we are starting our new batch on 29th of Feb. Obviously, you have to make sure this batch start date will always be after the enrollment date, right? So what I'm saying is, so we can fix it. Batch start date for 1 is this, means our Excel course. And similarly, I'm mentioning the batch start date of, let's say 2, which is a DSA course. Let's say it was 16th of January 2024. And the batch start date of course ID 3, which is a SQL Bootcamp, is yesterday, which is 25th of March. So you have to just make sure कि जो enrollments हो रहे हैं, enrollment date of the person will be before these 3 dates. So now can you start doing the insertion? Let's try to run this first, if it is working fine or not. Any issue is there? What is the issue? Insert into table name is learners. Learner first name, last name, phone number, email ID, enrollment date, selected course, years of experience, learner company, source of joining, batch start date, location. Oh, it seems like correct. Oh, there are 2 commas here. Let's try to run it again. Now it is fine. Let's try to see the record. Select star from learners. So can you see? First record is ready to have. So I'm sharing this command again, and with the help of this command, please insert the remaining details that we have for the students. So in the code share, again, I'm sharing this command. This is the command. I'm sharing it. Let me refresh the file. Okay. Now do it. Just make sure ki whatever be the column name you are using, just make sure you're using that same column name. You know? And do the insertion for all these records. Akhil, Rishikesh, Madhuram, Ravichandran, Jeevan H, Siddhish Kumar, Nagasai Sridhar with their email IDs. And give me the command in the chat window after insertion.
The date should be in
The
format.
date format will be that first of all, this month will come, sorry, year will come, then month, and then day. The one thing which you have to make sure while doing insertion is, as I told you, this is the sequence. So enrollment date of students, because obviously after course gets over, no one will enroll. So one thing which you have to make sure when you are writing selected course as one, so enrollment date will be before 29th Feb. When you're writing selected course as two, so enrollment date will be before 16th of Jan. When you're writing a course selection of the learner is 3, so the enrolled students uh, detail will be prior to 25th of March, maybe 23rd March, 22nd March, 21st March. Only 6 records are there, just do it. And just make sure we have a variety of enrollments. So don't take maybe only 3 or maybe 2 or maybe 1, so that when we do the data analysis on top of that, we got some amazing results. So just take a mixture of this. One enrollment we already done. I think 7 people are there. So maybe 2 belongs to 1, 2 belongs to 2, and 3 belongs to 3. That's how you can do. So that we have a mixture of all the enrollments. And then we will start amazing stuffs where we will do the data retrieval of various questions, and we will see how grouping aggregations will work in SQL. Because now our data will be ready after this table. No more tables will be required to understand each and every concept of SQL. I think these 3 tables will be enough to make you guys understand the stuffs. And then we will, at the end, we will do the further end-to-end new project, not this one. Here too, we are dealing with a very small data points because we are doing manual insertion. Things will become more interesting when the record size is very huge and we are loading it from CSV files. I think those who are beginner also, they're also able to understand the stuff which I'm teaching here and are not facing any trouble. Those who are experienced and have worked at some point of time, they might seem very easy, but specifically for those who are, because in the yesterday's class, people told me that they are very new to this part as well. So specifically for them, are you guys follow up with me, whatever things I'm trying to convey here? Is that feeling easy to you or it's difficult?
It is easy.
Okay, perfect. Then it is good.
मैम आई हैव अ डाउट मैम अगर हम लोग देखें एक एक पॉइंट को अगर जैसे रखना चाहिए, जैसे लर्नर लास्ट नेम, लर्नर फर्स्ट नेम, लर्नर फोन नंबर, एक एक करके लिखेंगे तो काफी टाइम कंज्यूमिंग है। जब हम लोग सारे कॉलम्स को सेलेक्ट करेंगे तो कोई कोई कमांड नहीं था कि वो एक बार में मतलब एक सारे वो लिख दे इसमें इंसर्ट इनटू वाले फंक्शन में।
सेमीकोलन करके सारी कमांड्स को एक साथ में लिख दो, 5 और 6 जो स्टूडेंट्स के रिकॉर्ड्स हैं, और उसके बाद एक साथ में रन कर दो।
नहीं नहीं मैम मैम, मेरा सवाल ये है, जैसे हम लोग इंसर्ट इनटू लर्नर्स करते हैं, फिर लर्नर फर्स्ट है, लर्नर लास्ट है, लर्नर फोर है, इस तरह हम लोग लिख रहे हैं। जब हम लोग को सारे कॉलम नेम चाहिए ही, तो कुछ ऐसा कुछ कमांड नहीं होता कि वो एक बार में अपने आप वो ऑटोमेटिक लिख दे एसक्यूएल, लर्नर फर्स्ट है, लर्नर लास्ट है, लर्नर फोन नंबर, लर्नर ईमेल आईडी, लर्नर एनरोलमेंट नंबर,
ये चीज
एनरोलमेंट
बोल
डेट।
रहे हो? नहीं, अभी के लिए तो हम क्योंकि मैनुअली कर रहे हैं, हमारे हो सकता है आपके पास एक एक्सेल शीट होनी चाहिए, और उस एक्सेल शीट को आप लोड कर दो टेबल में, डायरेक्टली वो हो जाएगा। तो वही चीज हम पढ़ेंगे। बट क्योंकि अभी हम स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, तो हमें इंसर्शन कमांड्स के बारे में अच्छा ग्रास्प होना चाहिए, इसलिए हम ऐसे कर रहे हैं। यूजुअली
ओके
कभी भी आप कंपनीज में जाओगे तो इस तरीके से थोड़ी ना करोगे। आपके पास 4-5 रिकॉर्ड थोड़ी ना होंगे, या फिर एनरोलमेंट इतने थोड़े से थोड़ी ना होते हैं। So in that scenario, definitely it's a very time consuming step and we will not do like this. We always have in the backend Excel sheet जिसको हम लोड करते हैं, तो वो स्टेप हम देखेंगे, स्टेप बाय स्टेप वी विल गो अहेड। बट अभी तो प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं, इसलिए हम इस तरीके से कर रहे हैं। I was able to understand after I rewatched the recording, it was becoming easier. That's for sure. See, what I want, I told you in the last class also, is your commitment, right? After the session, please don't rely only on these sessions that, okay, I'll just go at 8 and will switch off my laptop at 10:30 or 11. And then on the next day, I'll come again at 8 and I'll start learning the stuffs. This is not how any learning will happen. So please, after the session, maybe not at night if you're not that much comfortable, in the morning, please take out some time, maybe 30 minutes, 1 hour, on top of this learning which you're getting in these sessions. Then only it will be really helpful for you all. Otherwise, you won't be able to enjoy this much, right? So that is for sure. So anyone who have done this and can give me the command? Huh. Yeah, because in DSA also the similar thing happened. There are few people in that batch also who are not from India, and they said that 8 p.m. is the best timing for us. So I thought I was about to change the timings on weekends. I told to them that can I change it in the morning, and they will be like, no, 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 please don't change. This is the perfect timing for us. So that is something which I have realized is good for the people outside India, this timing, right?
Ma'am, I have a doubt. Batch start date, should it be these three only, or I can write any batch date?
No, no, start date will be fixed, right? How can write anything?
Okay, ma'am.
Batch start date will be fixed. For example, 25th March is the start date of SQL Bootcamp, so it is fixed. We can't change it. We can
Okay.
have the enrollments before that. So whenever you start learning anything, no, I always say ki, for example, nowadays there is a huge talk about Devin AI software engineer, and so many stuffs are there. Freshers are like, what we should do, what will happen, will the jobs will be there or not, and so many things are going on. I always say ki, if you will just focus on your foundations, because tools will get changed, things will come and go, it will always be there. You should know that how basics are, or the foundations are, going on. Whether you are entering in data analyst domain, data science domain, don't start your journey in terms of directly jumping towards the bigger concepts. Start SQL also with the insertion, with the creation of table, so that when you move towards the bigger concepts, advanced concepts of anything, then you will be able to sync up with the previous things. And when you're saying you're a beginner in that scenario, it is must. Let's say if you have experience, you have already done it, you know the concept, then it is fine. Because at any point of time, definitely when you go to the company, you won't do the beginner stuff, right? You will do the advanced stuff. But that knowledge will be very good if you start from foundation as a beginner. That's what I always say. Ki if you will listen the podcast of any of the amazing personalities, they will always focus on this part. Whether it be Andridge Telepathy, how many of you have seen his videos? Whether it be Stanford University's lectures on YouTube, MIT lectures, you will see the way they are teaching the things. They always start from basic maths. Why is that so? Because the only reason which I think the people understand, that basics are something which can be built, because if foundations are strong, then you can build on top of this any building, right? You can make 3 floors, 4 floors, 5 floors, a proper flat, whatever you want you can make. But if the foundations you're not making strong, and then on top of that you're building a very big building, when the circumstances are bad, they won't be able to survive, right? So that is something which you always have to make sure. For example, the way you are doing manual insertion today, in the second day or yesterday we have done, when you go to the company, you will never ever do like this, like 5, 6 things. But because you're starting your thing, maybe for few people, it's the first time they're writing an insertion command, then it is mandatory. Because at any point of time, need will come, you should know how the insertion command internally work. You should know how the execution usually happens. For example, yesterday we have discussed, right? When we're writing a command of select star from table name, where this. So how the execution internally will happen, which command will run first, then second, then third. This is how learning happens. This is how you should learn any new stuff. On top of that, whatever things you want to learn, you can learn. No one is stopping you. You want to do masters, you want to do PhD, you want to do further postgrad, whatever you want to do. But start from foundation. That's the ultimate thing. Whenever you are learning something new, that's the core idea. Even in the previous batch also, I tried to convey the same idea, that please don't avoid the basic stuffs in order to run into the advanced concepts. Same thing I am conveying here also to everyone, that you will heard people genuinely, they try to show off with these words, so that they will try to make you guys fearful, that okay, I know these stuffs. But and then people in FOMO be like, Ki, I will directly start working upon that part. This is not how learning happens. Maybe you will be able to done the project by copy pasting it from somewhere, but you will not able to learn it properly. Okay. Anyone who can give me the commands? It's been a long now. Anyone who filled the records perfectly fine to all these people? Only 6 people are there. What you guys are doing?
Ma'am, I'm doing just 1 minute.
What about others?
So I basically just cross check once because
Where you are facing difficulty?
no, I paste here. So cross check while doing because I am also typed.
Your voice is not at all audible to me.
Okay, I pasted in that
Uh,
code here.
Acha. Okay.
So just cross check.
Okay. So you guys have a edit access. I thought it's a visible access. Okay. Uh, this though we have already written it down. So he has filled the information. First of all, let me check his way of writing the same. So
It's
you have
different.
mentioned phone number prior to email in your case?
Yeah.
Okay, not an issue. For me, it is not the case. So let me do one thing. Let me copy the above stuffs and copy it everywhere. Three, 4, 5. Okay, 6 students we have taken enrollments. Okay, 6 will also work. So we have now need to change few things here as well. So we have phone number. After that, we have the email ID of the student, right? Then the enrollment date, and then he has written this. I think this is fine. Similarly here also, phone number, after phone number, we will be having the email ID. Now it is fine. Done. And I feel it's good to go. Let's see if we got some issue, we'll look into it. Maybe there might be a bracket issue, I'm not sure, or semicolon or comma issue. Is that done? No. Duplicate entry of akash@gmail.com. Now see why this issue is coming up, because we have applied a unique key constraint. So it is saying that you are using a similar email ID somehow. akash@gmail.com. Where is that? Duplicate entry for this. Because I think first insertion I have already done, that's why it is saying. So let me just do it for the previous last 5. Now it will be fine. Okay. Table name learners. My table name is learners. That's the issue. So let me change it. Now let's see now again. I think it works. And we have wonderful set of enrollments of the 7 people. Perfect. Can you guys take the help from that code share and do it for you all? Just make sure table name and the weight of writing it, the sequence will be the same. It will match from your table schema. That is something which you have to make sure. So if you're looking into the screen, you guys must know what I'm saying here. That's the only issue which you will face. Otherwise, things are perfect. Is everyone ready? Or shall I wait for a few minutes? Now we are ready with the tables. And we can have a good start with the next important part. So just give me a confirmation and then maybe we will start working now.
I think
For
I
few
missed
data analysis.
one ID.
Yeah,
How
please.
many IDs it generate?
How many?
Let's just show the table.
It
Okay,
is, I
nice.
think, generating 7.
You actually done entry prior to this, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's why. That's why. You might have 6 also. It is fine for me
yeah,
because accordingly your analysis will be different. That's it. But everyone in their platform should have 3 tables now. One is the course table, one is the students or learners table, one is the employee table. I think these are the 3 tables which we required to do the analysis now. and to understand further concepts.
Ma'am, inside London enrollment date, why is it showing 00000 timing? Because we have just mentioned the date, year, and month, right?
Okay, I'll talk about this. So when you are saying timestamp, right? When you are saying timestamp, so when you are writing an entry just now, so it is always by default will give you 00000. Now let's say कि after few minutes you have made some changes. In that case, current timing, whatever you have, it will try to showcase you because just now you have inserted. So it is by default showing to you that currently in the current timestamp, this is the batch start date that you have. If you will update it, it will show you the difference with respect to the current date and the previous timestamp. So we will see by updating the table of courses how these things will happen. Just wait for a while. I'll let you know. But yes,
Also,
you will observe here ki our dates are coming perfectly fine because we have used our timestamp thing, and learner enrollment date is also perfectly coming up fine. As of now, you can ignore this previous 6 digits, how it is working in the timestamp per se. We will do few things on the courses table to get that idea.
ma'am, I have a second one. In London enrollment date, I had forgot to make changes. I have made the same date. So if I want to update, so can you give me a command so that it will update each and every rows simultaneously?
What do you want to
And one
update?
more. Ma'am, this one, learner enrollment date.
Learner enrollment date you want to update, then what you want? You
Uh,
what command you will use?
Ma'am, I will use update, but is there any command in which it will update each and every uh, each and every row simultaneously? I do not want to write it manually. See, update Rishikesh Joshi, update Madhuram Ravichandra, update Jeevan Hegde. Is there uh, any command?
No, no.
No. So,
Like
ma'am,
you can update, but then after where condition which you are applying, you just avoid that. So, but then update will happen for all the things. But do you want that learner enrollment date will be same for each and everything for all the reports?
no.
So that's not feasible, right? That's not correct way. You can do that if you will just apply where. If you remember the command, what we have done, what is the update command we have written in the first class? So
Ma'am,
we have applied
update.
a where clause, right? You can avoid that. So that will make your complete last name as Bhatt, whatever table you have provided. Same thing will happen here. You will say update learners. And in that you can say set enrollment date is equals to, you can give your own date, what you want. So it will automatically do the changes to the entire table. But that doesn't look great to me, right? That's not a
So,
correct
ma'am,
use case.
in manual session, we will first use update, then we will write a table name which is learners, and then we
Hmm.
will write set as is
Learner enrollment date equal to, you can write whatever date you want to specify. So it
okay,
will do the changes for the entire table.
and then in where what we will write primary key we used to write. So in this case, we will what is the primary
Learner
learner
ID.
first name? Learner
Learner
ID.
ID. Yes. So if you want to update any specific learner enrollment date, in that case, you have to specify their enrollment ID, learner ID.
In learner ID, we have used auto increment. So, it will be three, right? Because first it will मैं क्योंकि पहला वन होगा फिर टू होगा फिर थ्री होगा ना क्योंकि हम लोग स्पेसिफाई नहीं कर रहे नंबर तो पहला
Yes.
पहला वन होता है ना
Hmm. Yes. By default, one hoga.
ओके मैम
One thing which you will observe just now, I have realized while talking to him, that two is missing here. Do you know the reason? I think for you guys, it should not be missing.
Yeah, because we got some email thing, right? Duplicate.
That was the issue. So don't get confused in this part. For you guys, that issue won't come. For me, it came. That's why that is the internal thing happened. So don't worry about that thing. Shall we move ahead to the data analysis part if everyone is ready?
यस
ठीक है. सबसे पहले, very first thing I want to analyze कि in the entire table of employees, we have three tables, right? We have three tables. So we will analyze three tables now. We have employee table. Let me write it again. We have course table and we have learners table. So we will start working on these three tables now in the entire part of the session and in the upcoming class as well. And then we will see further commands which we have. So first analysis which I want to do is that give me the record of the employee getting highest salary. So I'm looking for a complete record of the employee which is getting a highest salary in the company. So how can we do this?
Using where we can.
Huh?
Using where.
Using
Where.
where?
Yeah.
So what will you write?
I
Command?
select. If we need only the name, we can just include name, or we need entire data. We can use star, select star from first table. uh, Sorry, I forgot the name of the table. So where salary
Employee.
is greater, where salary is greater than or max, there will be max command, right?
Okay.
Max, we can use that.
ठीक है. So this kind of question is very widely asked in interviews where they are looking for a first highest salary, second highest salary, third highest salary, or maybe the top three salaries. In this case, very first command which I want to introduce today is order by. Whenever you want to sort any data with respect to any numeric number, anything like that, and even character alphabetical wise, you want to sort your data. Sort the data points at any point of time. We will always go for a command called as order by. It's an order by clause which you will use. Now, by default, whenever you use this keyword of order by, it will sort your data in the ascending manner. It will sort the data in the ascending order. Always remember. But let's say ki you want the data in the descending manner. You want the highest salary to be at the top. So you will change the command a bit by saying order by DESC. So when you are saying order by, it's a default thing which will happen, where ascending order sequence will come. But when you are saying DESC, it will manually, you are saying that I want the display to be in the descending order. So you will say order by and then DESC. It means that you want the display to be in a descending fashion. Now let's say you are looking for only first two records after sorting, or maybe a single record, or maybe three records, maybe four records. So you will use another keyword by the name of limit. So with the help of this limit, you can write a number, let's say 4. Or as of now, I said, I just want only the topmost record. So I will say limit 1. So whatever be the record size you want in the display after the sorting, that you will indicate by the keyword by the name of limit. Always remember. So what you will do as a command, you will say select star, because as of now, I'm looking for the entire record part. So I'm saying star from, what is the table name? My table name is employee. Select star from employee, order by, what is the table column name? It is salary. Order by salary, and limit is 1. So let's see what we will be able to get here. So can you see Prabhutva? Oh, one issue is there. What is the issue? We are looking for a higher salary. I got the lowest salary actually, because I told you we by default get the data in the form of a ascending order. So one thing we have to make sure, because someone is asking to me highest one, if they're asking lowest one, that's fine. Then it's the correct command. Otherwise, you just have to make one change. And now you will be able to see Kanisha is the one having an age of 27, she's getting a salary of 3 lakh. Make sense? Done? Shall we move ahead? Now, if in this command, let me just copy this command in the notepad editor. And now if I'll ask you, what is the execution of this command? What will you answer? Just like the way yesterday we have discussed. In this command, if I'll ask you, what is the flow of execution to get that answer of Kanisha as a display result, having a salary of 3 lakh. So what do you think? How will it work?
First, it will look to
From
employee.
order by, limit, and then select.
Again, think.
First, table name, and it will order. Then it will
Okay.
select, which is having a limit 1.
When you're saying table name, what does that mean? When I'm saying commands, I'm looking for select, from, order by, and limit. Whatever you can see in a capital thing.
Yeah.
So
Then it's,
give me that sequence.
it is from,
Okay.
order by,
Okay.
limit and select. Is it?
Okay. It's wrong. Any other student who wants to give a try?
From, order by, select, and then limit.
It's wrong.
Ma'am, limit, order by, from, select.
It's
From
wrong.
select order by limit. From select order by limit.
Correct. So what Megha Sanji Senu said is correct. From, select, order by, limit. Again, see why is that this correct. From, then I'm saying order by will work. No need. From, then select will work. Then we are saying order by will work. And then finally limit will work. So how is that feasible? What is the issue with respect to whatever answers you have given? See, you are saying select star from table name, order by salary. So first of all, it will go to the from, will fetch the details of that table employee. Then when you're saying order by, I told you it will sort the data. The purpose is it will try to sort the data depending upon whatever be the query you're writing, depending upon whatever column you're writing, it will sort the data by default in ascending order, in descending order, whatever you want. So obviously in sorting the data, first of all, it should have that data, right? So select will read that data entries, capture that, it will sort the data, and then at the end you are saying limit. So once the entire sorting is done, you are specifying, I just want to display, let's say 2 records or 3 records or 4 records. That's how the complete flow will go. Is it clear now? From, select, order by, and then limit. Makes sense to everyone?
Yes.
Ma'am, I had a doubt. For example, we were talking about efficiency last lecture. So, for example, we take limit first. So it would be not better for SQL. So see, to before arranging any data, it will count the number of data it has to restrict. So in this scenario, it is one. So first of all, it will limit the data, and
No.
then why is the reason?
You don't understand the significance of limit then, if you're asking this question. Anyone who wants to answer this question, which Prabhutva has asked?
So basically, we are using limit after fetching the record. So we are limiting the records to the 1. So if there is no record which records in the table, if it is a limit 1, even though it should work, right? In that case also.
Yes. And the point which he is saying is optimization, right? You cannot optimize by writing limit prior. The purpose of limit is that I want, firstly, highest salary, right? I'm saying highest salary I want. So if you will limit prior and then you will apply order by, what's the purpose of that? I want First of all, sort my data. Get the value who is getting a highest salary. Then maybe my limit can be 1, 2, 3, depending upon how many highest salary people I want. So the flow will go like this only. You cannot optimize it by writing the limit prior. I hope it makes sense, Prabhutwa. It's clear why limit is written after order by?
Ma'am, it is clear the explanation, but I'm not able to understand because according to my understanding, limit is used. So it's limiting the number of entries to be displayed in the output, I think. So if we want
If you will
the
use limit 1 prior, let's say, what is the command you want to write? Tell me. Select.
ma'am, I select no, ma'am. First, I want to do limitation. I want to just limit. The reason is because if I only put one entry, so those CPU or the RAM does not need to traverse whole of the data. It just goes to only
Can you tell
one.
me the command? What command you are thinking of?
Ma'am, select, then limit, then order by, and then from.
Give me the command. Select, then what should I write here?
Ma'am, then limit,
Limit.
then order by,
Okay.
and then from.
This is how you are saying flow will happen. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
what is the problem in this flow? When you are saying select star from table name, it will fetch the data from employee. You are saying limit. When you are saying limit of, let's say, 1. So what happened? In that, let's say you will be having 100 records. You are saying apply a limit. Limit will just fetch the initial records, right? When you're saying 1, so it will take single record prior. Whatever be the first record available in that learner table, it will take that directly. Then
Ma'am,
you're saying order by. So it will sort only
Yep.
that data point. Previous record, so it is not looking into. So how I get this higher salary? So इसलिए
Understood.
it is not a correct command. It's wrong. ठीक है? Shall we move ahead now? I hope everyone got the understanding what I want to convey here. What is the flow in what he is saying logically? ठीक है. Let's move ahead now. Let's do the next analysis. Let's say we want to apply a filter on top of this command, where I'm saying, give me the record of the employee getting highest salary and age is maybe bigger than 25. How can we solve this problem? Can you write the command? I'm looking for an age also bigger than 25. Or I don't remember the records actually. What are the records we have? Let's see. Select star from employee. So age is 30 also we have. 35 also we have. Okay, let's do this question.
One small dot, Priya. Actually, I'm sending one query. So check this. For previous question, is this also?
This is also fine.
Yeah.
This is also fine. We can do this, but as of now,
Okay.
we have not discussed this max command.
Yeah.
So there exists a max and the min command in a SQL that we will discuss in the later on part, maybe tomorrow, with the help of which also same question can be done. By the way, whatever queries I am writing here, don't consider that this is the only solution we have to write the commands. We can have multiple solutions. We can have multiple commands. For example, what Sai Sridhar has mentioned in the chat window is also correct. The only thing, if you will be able to see what is happening here is, it's kind of a subquery which he's mentioned. Internally, there is a query which he's writing, which is giving the maximum query. Let me write this command also for the same question to explain to you. Let's discuss if we have a talk also. So let's discuss this command. So what he has done, he has tried to write down internal query firstly. If you will see what this internal query is doing. So let me just copy this internal query and show to you what is this command is doing. So select max salary from people. If I run this command, you will observe I'm getting a maximum number in the entire salary. Similarly, we have one other command, which you will see in future also, called as min. That will give you the minimum number. So if you will say min of salary, and if you try to run this command, you will observe we will be able to get the minimum value in a given table for the salary per se. So maximum is also possible, minimum is also possible. One more interesting thing, you can write any of the alias name, which makes more sense to your analysis part. So you can say max salary. So this is called as an alias name. Max salary is the alias name by providing this as keyword. For example, in the column definition, column header, you will see it is not making sense. What does this mean sales, min salary looks like? So what you can do is you can provide a column name by writing a as keyword. So you can say min underscore salary. So now if I run this again, you will be able to see we are getting a very good column name, which seems reasonable, sensible also. So min underscore salary is there, and inside that we will be able to get the minimum salary of a given employee's data, which is 70,000. Now, this is fine. This is fine. We will be able to have a maximum salary, minimum salary. So what he has done, he has applied this command. So in this way, we will be able to get the answer internally as 3 lakh. Now we are writing a command on top of this that select star from employee where salary is equal to, now internal command will give the answer as 3 lakh. So automatically when you run this command, this will give you the same answer which the previous command was giving to you. The only difference is that previously we have worked with the order by clause. Here we are using a max command in order to get the maximum value first, and then you're writing a where command to fetch the data. And this is where you're doing a filter. So because we have discussed, there is no need to even work upon this command. Yes, so any command you can apply a filter. That's what I want to convey. On top of that, you can apply a filter. Maybe let's do it, that question also, because other thing also I want to convey apart from this. But yeah, whenever a filtration operation is required, we will always go for that where command, where we will be able to see that internally the command will give me the answer as 3 lakh. So it will scan the entire data, check for the salary as 3 lakh, and then give me the response. Make sense? Is it clear? Anyone any doubt in this command? What is max is doing, how it is working internally, and how the performance is happening? Any doubt in this question?
No, ma'am.
Now, can you give me the answer of this? Anyone? The command for this?
Ma'am, please check from code share. I have sent the command.
No, it's not correct. Any other student who can give me the command?
Can you check this?
Makes sense. Now I'm making sense. Very good. Now people start getting the things. Select star from employee where age is bigger than 30. Yes. Order by, it's okay. Order by salary in a DESC manner. Limit 1. I think Sai has perfectly mentioned it. Let's try to run this. So now if you will be able to observe, there is a key observation here that first of all, filtration is happening where you will be able to access those records whose age is bigger than 30. And after that, you are applying a order by clause by limiting that. Now, again, let's come back to the interesting point, which I really want to listen from you all, according to your observation, how the flow of code will go internally in terms of commands. We have select, we have from, we have where, we have order by, we have limit.
First, it is from and where,
Okay?
select, order, limit.
Does everyone agrees with this point? So what he said is from, then where, then select, then order by, then limit. I think that's right. Sai, that's what you have mentioned.
Yeah.
So will you guys agree with him? Correct? I hope now you got the point. Why is this right? This is correct. So from will fetch the data points from the employee table as per the filter. So what is the filter? That age should be bigger than 30. So in our database, only one person is having an age bigger than 30, I think. That's the only reason why we're getting only one record. So you can see Prabhutva is having an age of 35. So that's why we got that particular record, firstly. After that, we are applying a select statement by saying, give me the entire details of the records. Order by. So we are applying an order by keyword on the salary part in the descending manner. And finally, we are applying a limit. So this is how the entire flow will go, where we are starting from this from keyword till the limit part. Make sense? Is this
Yes,
clear?
ma'am.
Next question. I hope you don't get bored and is not feeling overwhelming. Shall we continue a few more questions? Or you want me to continue tomorrow?
No, ma'am.
Anything
Please
you will say?
continue right now.
What about others? Can we do few more questions? Perfect. Then we can continue. We will do few more and then I'll wrap up. Don't worry. So next part is I want to count. So display the number of enrollments in the website of Tech for All with Priya. So how many enrollments in total happened? Can
think
we display that?
I think we can use count here.
Yes. So that is where we are using a third important keyword today. So which is about count. So you will say select, count, you will say star. So star will count entire records that we have in our table name learners, because obviously we have to refer that table, because in that table we have the details of all the learners that we have. So what we will say count star. Now I will provide the alias name as number of enrollments. Okay? From table name. What is my table name? Learners, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Let's try to run this. So can you see how beautifully writing this one line of a command will be able to give me? Now, don't imagine that in real world we have these small numbers, but one thing you have an Excel sheet, bigger form of data entries, and one thing you have these commands. So definitely at any point of time, you will just directly write it down and you will be able to get the complete information of how many number of enrollments happen in the particular website. Now I want to check that how many numbers have enrolled, how many people have enrolled for a course ID 3. Next question is, here though I'm getting the complete information, right? Let's say only 6 people have came into my website and enrolled for the specific courses, but it's a complete information. I'm saying display the number of enrollments for the course ID equal to 3, which indicates a SQL bootcamp for us. How can we do that? Can you try? Oh, great, great. Very good. So I think it is correct. Select count of learner ID is also fine. If you'll do star also, it will be also fine. He's counting the learner IDs because it's a primary key. It is also fine. As number of enrollments from learners, where selected course is a column. For me, I don't remember. I think selected course is the one, or there's something. No, selected courses is the one for me, equal to 3. So if we'll just run this, number of enrollments, you can say, for SQL Bootcamp. So let me shorten it down. Number of learners for SQL, let's say. Some issue. For me, I think learner ID is not the correct part. Maybe. Yes. Or maybe you can just simply, instead of writing this, you can write star. It will work, I think. So you will be able to see that number of learners who is enrolled for the specific course SQL Bootcamp is 3. So in this way, you will be able to filter any of the specific course details as well. That in entire course, for example, course 1, 2, 3, how many number of enrollments have happened. Correct, everyone? So this is the major utility of count function in our.
What is the difference between the course, the count of all, and what is the difference
Again?
between the count of all?
Not proper voice.
What is the difference between the count of all and the count of only one
When you are saying
column?
count a star, it is trying to count the records, complete entire records. Okay? For example, first record, or let me just again show you the record of, let's say, learners. Select star from learners. So let's run this. So we have this record entries, right? When you're saying count star, it will count the entire records. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 6 records, it will do the answer as 6. When you're saying count of this learner ID, so it will just focus on how many learner IDs are there. That's it, not the entire columns. So how many learner IDs are there? So you know that number of records and number of learner IDs are same only. So that's why the answer will remain same. So you can write any one of the thing. But count star indicates count the entire record, whatever be the fields we have, entire record. So it will count 1, 2, 3 like that. When you're saying learner ID or any specific column, it will count in that column how many values are there. That's it. That's the difference. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, will it count unique values? Definitely yes. Yes, correct. It will not consider your blank items as well as the entries that you have, which is duplicates. Okay. So yes, that's correct. That's why it's better if you write the number of records part, or if you want to mention specifically inside the count part, mention the primary key. He has mentioned the primary key. That's a good thing.
So
If
if
you want
we
to mention.
so if we write select count of the learner company, we will get 5 only.
Yes, correct. Correct.
Okay.
Okay. So either mention the primary key inside the count, or don't mention anything, just mention the star if you are specifically want to count the number of records. Okay. Let's move ahead and let's discuss few more interesting stuffs in terms of count part. I want to count the number of students, number of learners. What is the enrollment date? Okay, this is the enrollment date. Let's say enrolled in the month of Jan. That's a good thing, because every month as a creator, we have to see how much revenue we will be able to generate at the end of the month, right? So let's say I started this particular thing in January, and at the end of the Jan, I want to analyze my total part in terms of the revenue case. So I want to see how many number of learners enroll in the month of January only. I don't want to see the entire enrollments. I'm focusing on specifically in January part. So how can I do? Any idea?
Dot month we have to use.
So that is where another amazing concept of SQL came into picture, which is about wildcards, where there's a keyword called as like wildcard characters, in which there is a keyword called as like. So what you will say? You will say like, then you will say percentage, 01 percentage. Now understand what this indicates.
It's like
This
pattern matching,
indicates,
right?
uh-huh.
It's like pattern matching.
It's like a pattern matching. It's kind of, it's very much apt word. If it's confusing, I should say this. I think everyone has done in their starting of the BTech days a pattern matching questions also, right? So you're just trying to match a pattern where you're saying that in this any number can be feasible, in this any number can be feasible, but I want to fix this number. Yeah, kind of regular expression also you can say, regex, same thing. So you are saying that this should be fixed. Why? Because I'm looking for only Jan enrollments. If let's say I'm looking for a Fab enrollments, March enrollments, accordingly I'll change the month. Or maybe let's say I will be having a specific years if my company is very old and 3 years, 4 years, 10 years. So I can accordingly change this entire number of year wala part, right? So because as of now we're currently holding the value of January. So what we can say simple thing, we can say select count star from, now what is the table name? Where should I focus on here? Which table? Learners, where our heading is learner enrollment date, right? This is the heading. So where learner enrollment date like, and in this we want percentile 02 percentile. Let's try to see this, what we will be able to get. Oh, it's 0. It should not be the correct one. Oh, not Fab. We are looking for Jan. So it is 3. अच्छा, Fab में रिकॉर्ड नहीं एंटर किया अपन ने. 3 में क्या है? 3 में भी okay. So in total we have 6 records, I think, and 3 belongs to the January month. But anyhow, I hope you understood the concept. That one thing which we can do is we can write an alias name to make it more understandable as number of learners and Jan month. So you can just write it like this, and it will show you the idea that, okay, the number of enrollments which happen in the January month is 3. Make sense? Is that clear? So always, again, I'm saying at any point of time, if you're not aware about these numbers, make it percentile. It indicates any number you can tap on. Whatever be the format which is fixed, for example, dash, 01, dash, it's fixed for me because I'm looking for a January month. So you will write that thing specifically as a separate point. Is it clear? Any doubt? Anyone? One thing, let me just check it out. I think distinct wala part, do we have same thing available somewhere? Chalo, do one thing. You have to do one thing. In your table, fill the learner company, update the learner company of Jeevan to maybe LinkedIn. Although he has years of experience, first of all, update the years of experience, do both of the things. So that's a good question. So I want you guys to update the G1 data, because now he has passed out. So he's currently working. So I want to update with the years of experience as 1 year, and learner company as, let's say, LinkedIn. Can you guys do it for me? Not LinkedIn, do it Amazon. I want some repeated entry. Then we will try to focus on this count star wala part that we have discussed few minutes back to showcase few stuffs. That distinct entry hoti hai, nahi hoti, that thing we will discuss. This percentile will show you ki any number which a user will enter. So if you will see what is the format of the timestamp, this is the format, right? So if you will just focus on this format, so what you are saying here, the first thing is the year. So I don't care about year. Whatever specific person year will mention, I don't care, because I know the people belong for 2024 entries only. I just want to take care of the January month. That's why I mentioned specifically manually that I'm looking for 01. After dash, again, I'm saying percentage. Why? Because I don't care on which day student has enrolled. So whenever you are not sure which value you should enter, or you're not aware, you are like, I want the complete end-to-end detail of the January month, be it first day or last day, I don't care. So that is where you like this kind of a format. For example, if I'll ask you, let's say how many people have enrolled on 21st of Jan? I'm repeating my question. How many people have enrolled on 21st of Jan? So what changes you will do in this case? Anyone who can give me the answer?
Percentage 0121.
Percentage?
0121.
After
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. 21.
What should I write?
21. The
21.
Day, the day
That's
is
it.
21.
Yes. So now I'm saying specifically for 21. So I'll just write it this, and you will observe we are getting, if there is an entry, we will get that. If there is no entry, we will not get that. 0. There is no learner on this day. Let's see the records. I can see, right? 21st of Jan, 2024. Why it is showing 0? It's amazing. Oh, in the January month, how many enrollments are there? That question is 1, 2, 3. I think the answer is correct. 3, we are getting the answer. But we should get that correct answer as well. Can you guys try at your end? Your entries and write the number? Just try it out. In your system, in your platform, do one thing. Try to write these numbers manually and check it out whether you're getting a correct answer or not. So I got the result for update part.
To update,
this
we need
question.
to disable some safe mode kind of thing. I'm getting
In this case, I don't think so. That
Not in
usually,
that case. In update the G1 data, right? Actually, I'm trying to update the experience as 0,
acha, in
0 to
this
1.
case, third
Yeah.
question you're asking. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Yeah, that is something we have to do.
Okay.
Okay, you guys are facing trouble for that. Years of experience. Years of experience in our case, what I have mentioned.
Ma'am, I have updated the value. Now what we have to do?
Just give me a moment. I will also update it. Then I'll tell you. Years of experience is same. Learner company. Learner company. Okay. Learner company. Let's go back. Okay. Let's see. Select star from table name learners. अपडेट तो नहीं हुआ. क्यों नहीं हुआ? Select update this.
मैंने भी यही कमांड डाला लेकिन मेरे में हो जा रहा है.
What is happening? What about others?
Instead of hunt keyword,
Sai
we can place
Sridhar,
hammer.
don't write the learner first name as Jeevan. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Because yesterday also we had discussed this point, right? Because it is a best practice that you will write
Yeah.
the primary key as the one.
मैम व्हाट आई हैव डन, मैंने क्या किया, अपडेट लर्नर सेट इयर्स ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस इक्वल टू 1 वेयर लर्नर आईडी इक्वल टू 4, ये एक अलग बनाया है. और एक अपडेट लर्नर सेट लर्नर कंपनी इक्वल टू अमेज़न वेयर लर्नर आईडी इक्वल टू 4, ये मैंने अलग अलग बनाया, तो मेरे में मतलब अपडेट हो जा रहा है.
Okay, it's fine, but it should also work when we are writing. What about Yashasvi? You have given me this command. Is it working fine for you? Place in the place of and. Okay, there is some issue in this command. What is that? Okay. Like this. And it is happening. Let's see. Huh, it's correct. Very good. So it means and command is not working in this set wala part. Comma will be the one. Whatever be the multiple values you want to update, you can update with respect to this part. Make sense? Now, what I want is you will count the learner company. Count this learner company, specific column. So how many number of question is for you all?
Distinct, right?
Count the number of companies learners belongs to. Can you do that?
Yeah, distinct companies, right?
Huh.
We need to use
Just try to
distinct.
first of all use only count keyword with respect to the specific column. Check the answer, and then we will move ahead.
Yeah.
So that I will get clear with the idea which we have discussed few minutes back. Where learners currently doing their job. So specific to count wala part that we have discussed. So what you can do, you can say select count, because few minutes back one student asked what is the specific column of count is doing. So I am answering that question now. So you can say learner company from table name learners. So once you run this command, you will be able to see the count of this, which is 6. Let's go back to this table. Count it. How many number of entries are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So because we don't have any blank now, that problem is resolved. So that's why it is there. Then I think Sanjay Senu asked about the distinct thing. So now I don't want to see the entire list of numbers. So count will count the known null entries. Count keyword will count the known null entries. But what I'm looking for is the distinct entries, or you can say unique count of the companies. So how can we do that? In that case, there exists a keyword called as distinct. So the only thing which you have to do on top of this is you will mention distinct. That's it. So once you run this, now you can say as distinct companies. That's it. Make sense? So if anyone will ask you in future, what is the difference between count versus distinct, will you be able to answer now? Make sense? So count will count all the known null entries. If the entry is blank, obviously there will be no count in that part. Distinct will count the entries without duplication, without replication. That's the difference.